And here we go, second one for the day. This guy's stare is pretty intense. They were all pretty much the same. There's no getting away from this. Right, another guy. So not all that much going on here. This guy was pretty clean cut, so we're just gonna get to the chase and get started because we're gonna be done before you know it. Script is running. There we go. Let me just get rid of capture one over this side. And we hit OK on that layer. Hit OK on there. Okay, get at it. We're gonna get our texture layer going first. Stamp. And he's got some red splotches everywhere. We'll take care of that kind of stuff. The majority of it's going to be on the color layer. Pardon me while I zone out. Enjoy the tunes. It was very, very quiet there for a second. Right, we got that spot on the lip there. We got to tackle that one. And some lines, couple of little hairs, no biggie. This is going to be pretty quick. We're all on the texture layer right now. And I don't know what tool I'm using because it's not doing what I want. That's that cross stamp thingy. Regular stamp tool on the texture layer. And we're just going to get rid of those guys. That's good. Little red spot there. We got another drop down hair right there. And that guy right there. That's good. Some slight discoloration. Looks like Mark's been getting some sun. See what happens when you do that drag a line thing? You get a line and it sticks out like a sore thumb. So a lot of the time I'm using the tap, tap, tap approach. I just grab a sample and tap, tap, tap away. Get those guys. Watch where you're sampling from. Started getting some funky stuff in there. Get rid of these lines in here. The only time you can really start doing the swipe kind of retouching is when you're really, really close. Because at that point, if you're zoomed right in, like a swipe is the same as doing a tap at this scale. All right, just take care of those guys. Couple little sunspots up there. Pair of them. That's cool. We got a small little kind of like creasy line in here. Let's cover that up. A little dark spot there. Some dark spots under here that we're going to take care of. There we go. I'll get rid of these guys. Remember, so I mentioned this in another video. My kicker, you'll notice that it's slightly warm. And that's because I put a quarter CTO on that to warm it up. I found strobes to be very cool compared to like constant LEDs, like even daylight balance LEDs. Strobes are even cooler. They're more like 6,000 Kelvin rather than 5,500. So what ends up happening is I found that I was getting a very cool cast on the side of the head, and I didn't like that. So I just chucked that quarter CTO in there and fixed it right up. So we're going to grab a sample of right in between where the lips are. I'm going to drop that in there. I've got to feather those two connections together, otherwise it's going to look a little funky. There we go. And I think the rest of it I can do with our color layer with our magic mixer brush. Just push the color I want into it. I'm just going to bring those two halves together. That just covers up that color that we didn't want. And you can kind of see there's a little bit of a shadow thingy going on here. So I'm just going to pull that over a bit more. And that's got it. That took it. All right. This line in here, let's try and see what we can do about taking care of that. Still kind of there because of the shadow difference. So again, we get our mixer brush on the color layer and we can just kind of bring these together. Good 10% flow. Because I don't necessarily want to get rid of it. I just want to kind of bring them closer together. People do have, you know, those kinds of undulations, I don't know what the word is, on their skin. Get rid of some of the texture that's stuck in there too. There's another one of those little cherry spots. I think they're like called cherry something. Oh, red spot. This one doesn't quite have rock solid razor sharp eye focus on this shot. Most of that got caught just behind the eye. You can see this level here. It is passable. Yeah, I really wish it nailed eye focus a bit better. Let's see what we can do about the slight redness thing that's going on down here. See if our mixer is going to take care of that for us. I got like 10% flow on this thing. Makes it difficult. Slower to blend those together. Just pushing the color over top of the redness. Might have to pull out some other tools in here to get rid of that. Texture tool. The scar on the chin. Yeah, I did it. I got rid of it. And I'm blurring the wrong frickin' layer. Mixer brush, back up the clone stamp onto low median. I was wondering why that wasn't behaving like I was expecting it to. There we go. There's another one of those little cherries. Little spot there. Freaking hair in my mouth. Where did that come from? I sure isn't from my head. Right, nose. Got to tackle anything here? We can give a little bit of attention, shall we? It is out of focus, so sometimes that's a blessing, because when it's not in focus, you really don't have detail, so it doesn't really leave all that much to have to retouch on it. When you think, you know, they put diffusion filters on cinema lenses. Does the same kind of thing. All right, I don't think I'm gonna change the tone on here, like get the mixer brush to kind of blend all the tones together, because I do want to have some variation in his skin tone, just so it looks a little bit more normal. Zoom tool. I'm seeing like a darkening of the skin around the side here. I'm wondering what we can do. We could just take a regular brush tool and we can paint in color mode. And I'm just gonna grab that regular skin tone, which is more aligned with what everything else is in there. We'll do a 10%, and I'm just going to paint that in there. Just taking it down a little bit. Yeah, see, it's brought the color around a bit more. It was a bit like on the greener side. I think some of the darker stuff is actually up in the texture layer. So if we try and maybe get rid of, just hit those darker veins, it's gonna soften the whole thing out. Blend in a bit better. Sample, paint sample, paint sample, paint sample, paint sample. Always keep resampling. Yeah, it's kind of spilled over there. So let's go back into here, our brush, which has got just regular paint in it. I'm gonna grab that pinky kind of color. Let's just paint normal now. 10%. And it's just bringing that back around. That color a little bit lighter. It's amazing what you can get away with when you're working in this kind of approach. Like I'm just painting with a paintbrush, and I just kind of like steering and pushing the colors back where I want them. It's almost like he's had like a tanning spray or something or other, and he's kind of missed some areas. So we can actually bring some of that like tanning color into this pink zone area and help to bring those together a bit. So they're, you know, there's a little bit less of a shift between those. And that was just painting with a paintbrush. There, that's better. Put these guys down in here. Give these a little bit of that color. That's too much. Back that up, back that up. There, let's take this down to 10% flow. Oops. Yeah, see, we're painting in the color area, so we can definitely change like shadows and stuff. That's because I'm painting normal. If I was painting color, we wouldn't see that happen. Just gonna shift the color in those areas without really shifting the luminosity of it. There we go. That's looking a bit better. Like very, very small things we've done, subtle things, but we've just kind of glued everything together a bit. Let's D&B it. Again, we don't need solar or the RT layers. We'll get rid of those. F6 it for my D&B. And I'm always doing that. I'm turning the viz off and then I click too fast and I turn it back on again. Dodge, paint on the mask brush, regular brush, at 10% flow with a not so super soft brush, but soft enough. I just want to boost up those catch lights just a little bit. Yes, I know Peter Hurley is famous for saying, don't do that, don't like that. I like Peter Hurley, I do. I learned a lot of stuff from Peter. I will not deny that. But, you know, this work is subjective. And some people like it. There's some people out there that do not like Peter Hurley's work either. So he's not the end-all be-all. He's great. He's excellent with people. I know firsthand. I've been there. I've witnessed him, but don't, you know, let somebody else say that, you know, that's not right. Don't ever do that. We wouldn't have half the art that we have today if everybody did what everybody else said they were supposed to do. Push boundaries. That's what I say. Carve your own path. Sharpen. Just a touch, little sharpen. You know where I like it? Just in the eyes. Just a little bit around the mouth. Hair always pops good when we have a little bit of sharpening on there too. And there we go. Brush 50%, and I gotta pick my brush again because I always go too fast for my own good. Go a little sharpening around the eyes, slight little around the mouth. That color is cool. Up on the hairline. Awesome. F8, give us our vignette. We got to move this vignette over. Nice. I might actually pull this vignette off a little bit. Was it just me or is it darkening? No, it's not darkening the center. Okay, never mind. Maybe do it this way. I'll grab that and I'm just gonna tap up a couple of times on that point, and that's got that. And last but not least, we go to our actions, raw grain, give that a run, and put our film grain over top. And there's that one done. I think this is my last one. I think I got to go through all of my recent clients and see if I got another one kicking around somewhere. In the meantime, any questions? Any comments? Anybody want to tell me I suck? Go ahead. I really don't care. But if you got a question, I will find it, and I will, if I don't have the answer, I'll see if I can find the answer. I'll catch you again in the next one. Ciao for now.